A father binding his son on a mountain. A bronze serpent used to cure a plague. A man fleeing to a sanctuary city, trapped within its walls by law. These stories often strike the modern reader as relics of a primitive world, a collection of bizarre commands that seem entirely arbitrary. But if these pages were divinely inspired, then the strange details are not coincidences. These accounts function as specific indicators. They are anomalies that point toward a larger, unseen structure within the text. They form a unifying thread, a single narrative line that ties disjointed laws and distant eras into one image. By investigating these accounts with the same scrutiny applied to a cold case, we reveal a single architecture. The evidence shows that the Bible is a cohesive whole, which changes how you see the text forever. At the center of this investigation is a legal problem. According to biblical law, Jesus cannot be our high priest. He belongs to the tribe of Judah, the line of kings, not the tribe of Levi, the line of priests. The Pharisees had a valid legal argument. In the ancient Israelite system, blending these two offices was illegal, a violation that could carry a death sentence. The resolution is found in Genesis with a figure named Melchizedek. He appears as both the king of Salem and a priest of God Most High. Curiously, the record omits his genealogy entirely, no mention of his birth, his parents, or his death. This established a legal precedent 1,000 years before the Messiah. It created a superior priesthood that is not dependent on human bloodlines, providing Jesus the legitimate standing to represent humanity. We see another legal anomaly in the story of Ruth. To save her family from poverty, she invokes the law of the Kinsman Redeemer, or Goel. The Redeemer needed wealth to pay the debt and a direct blood relation. God possessed infinite wealth to pay our sin debt, but lacked the blood relation. By taking on human DNA, Jesus became our kin, fulfilling the law to restore our inheritance. Rather than breaking his own rules, God fulfilled every legal requirement of the system to buy us back. We see this again in the Cities of Refuge. A man who kills someone accidentally can flee to one of these cities to escape the death penalty. He is safe within the walls, but he is a prisoner, unable to return to his own life. The law dictated a specific condition for his release. He could only go home once the current high priest died. In this system, the high priest's death functioned as an act of atonement, settling the blood debt of the fugitive. Jesus occupies both roles. He is the refuge where we hide, and the priest whose death secures our release. Earlier in Genesis, we find a similar mechanic in the construction of Noah's Ark. God commanded Noah to seal the wood, inside and out, with pitch. The Hebrew word for pitch is kopher. While used here for waterproofing, the word kopher also means atonement or ransom. The ark absorbed the physical impact of the storm while those inside stayed dry. In the same way, the cross is described as the place where Christ absorbed judgment to protect those in him. In this desert, the Israelites were struck by a plague of venomous snakes. Despite the commandment against making images, God tells Moses to put a bronze serpent on a pole. Jesus later explains the connection. The snake represented the curse itself. On the cross, he took on the image of our curse, neutralizing its power for anyone who looks to him. Across centuries, the mechanic of salvation is consistent. We are not saved by our own efforts, but by being covered by a substitute who takes the judgment in our place. We even see this in the geography of the New Testament. Luke describes Mary's journey using the exact route King David took with the Ark of the Covenant, down to the 3-month timeline in the hill country. Just as David leaped before the ark, the unborn John the Baptist leaps when Mary arrives. The text is presenting Mary as the new ark, carrying the Word made flesh. This culminates on Mount Moriah with Abraham and Isaac. Isaac was not a small child, but a Nan who carried the wood for his own sacrifice up the mountain. The details mirror the events at Golgotha: a father, an only son, a rugged mountain range, and the son bearing the wood. But the endings differ. For Isaac, God provided a ram as a substitute. For Jesus, no angel intervened. The events on Mount Moriah were a foreshadowing of what God would eventually do himself. At the Tower of Babel, humanity's pride resulted in a jumble of languages that scattered them across the earth. At Pentecost, that scattering is reversed. The Spirit uses those same languages to bring people from every nation back into a single message: the ladder, the ark, the priest, and the serpent. These are not isolated stories. When these historical accounts are viewed together, they form a single image of Jesus Christ. The Bible functions as a single narrative, where every legal and historical detail serves the same central theme. The result is a system where salvation requires no human effort. From the bitten Israelite to the fugitive in the city, the instruction is the same. Look to the provision God made and live.
If you enjoyed watching this video, do like the video and please subscribe to Jesus Tell Tales channel for more such videos in the future.